As I said in that other video, I got caught into character. I always get caught into like trying to be into a character, and that's what people perceive in me. I've been called fake before by people who don't know me 100%. Oh, you seem so fake. Even if it wasn't serious and there was no proof, it seemed like that because of me attempting to find character. 17, I feel like I didn't know who I was. I mean, I felt who I was, like what I wanted. I always did. I always knew, but I didn't know exactly what it was. So I tested so many things, and I've experienced enough life to enlighten me. What do I do now? That is a question I ask myself. I'm going to end here, but I don't know. I don't want the video to be too long, but yeah, I'm going to end here. I'll just create another one if y'all want to talk more. I don't mean it. I don't mean it. I know I can seem flirtatious, but I'm not. Please do not misconceive my being as whatever you may perceive it as. I mean, fill me out a bit. Hear my words. Please don't misjudge me. I don't like being misjudged, or I don't like when people look at me in my eye and they talk to me like they know me just because they see me. You don't know me. I mean, like know me, like know my ways, my being. You don't know that. I mean, on a certain level, we all know each other, and that's what I accept, and that's what gave me the gift to humble myself enough to just love unconditionally everyone. Because I know we know each other. We all do. If we're honest, if you're being honest, you know every fucking body. You do. To the deep, deep core, you know everybody. You do. Every living person. Every living thing, actually, you know. No separation of race or anything, or any species. None of that. You know everybody. I'm not going to speak intergalactically because that's just like I'm also scientifical, so I need like a certain amount of proof to provide me with faith, and I balance my faith, my science. It's like uh, spirituality, scientifically speaking, and I just like bring it here, bring it to my center, and I think that's where prayer, this position, where it like begun probably. It's like a balance, a harmony of whatever. You know, the truth is like the truth of what we cannot see is expressed through physical things that we can see if you allow your mind to see those things. If you study the human brain, you see two different hemispheres. You see, it's like a split in the middle, it's two different parts. And you want to break it down scientifically for those who are more educated about the brain than I am, spare me. I'm not a science master, okay? All I know is the brain has two main different hemispheres, two different sides. And this, to me, we do this and we dwell into something that we can't exactly see with our naked eye. So when we do this, is a physical form of linking your two different sides. Physically speaking, I can only express this knowledge because your mind tells you you're expressing two different. I'm not going to say your brain is separated from two different completely things, but physically you see the split, and that dives into the mind part of it. You must mind that physically your mind is in two. It will inevitably express the truth if you are aware of it. And even deeper than that, I don't want to go too deep, but it's all the way. Okay, I'm gonna go deeper than deep. I'm gonna go deep. People, oh, he's talking so deep, and then they don't understand because people be going too deep. I mean, I'm not gonna even say deep. I'm just saying like deep as in like confusing your mind, losing you. I'm gonna go as deep as I can go and watch you still not be lost. I can find you and you can understand this message. Okay, I'm gonna go super deep. When I speak about the two hemispheres of your mind and you have in mind, like you know how people say, mind yourself. Mind yourself. Yeah, you have mind to bring two different energies. You're just teaching yourself. You're manipulating yourself. Don't see manipulation as a bad term. Change your perspective on the word. You manipulate your human mind, your gullible human mind, you manipulate it to see something. And then you apply the feeling of what you see. And when you apply the feeling of what you see and what you believe in, it becomes yours. Now, what determines that? What determines it being yours is the process of you going through the faith and the intellect of you knowing that it's going to take faith and then practicality with my actions. So if I practice and I study and I become better, I can do this more consistently and I can do this. It can become me. That's what it takes. If you didn't already know that, I'm just expressing myself. I don't want to be like a Mr. Know It All. No one likes to know it all. And I learned that when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was always expressing truth. I was always one with source. Like it was just, it's a feeling. Michael Jackson understood it well. If you don't know the song, yeah, keep up with the force, don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. That song. When he made that song, he was talking about the forest back then. I was just jigging like that's my song. But as I got older, I like understood the message more and more. Keep up with the force, don't stop. Don't stop till you get enough. Like it's like I can't help but jam. Like I want to fuck it up. Like I want to go whole. I want to go in the whole Michael Jackson mode, but I don't want to stray too far away from what my intent is in this video. So, yeah, the force, the source, they sound alike, don't they? Michael Jackson talked about the force, but he didn't say the word exactly. He said everyone has their own word for it. That's why there's different religions and courtesy of different minds. People have many different words for what the source is. I just call it the source. You know, I don't want to. I don't want to label anything. I always like to be at the roots, at the impeccable, the reality, the what is, no matter what, the law. That's what I can say. I always go down to the law of things, spiritually. I mean, in every way, of course, physically, in this realm, in this world, I abide by the law. I'm still here. I'm alive. I'm not in the prison system. You know, I'm a fair young man. I believe in myself. I believe in others. And I do my best to keep my head afloat, no matter what I may experience. That's the one thing I don't like about the winter. Dry skin and shit. You gotta keep putting lotion and moisturizer. Then your lips be chapped sometimes. It's not too bad, but I don't like my lips being like this. Gotta I liked, well, as I spoke in another video about the fear that people get from me, it affects me too. I mean, it used to a lot more, and it still does. If I'm honest with myself, it affects me when I know that people can be afraid when they witness me because I care about people. So when I know that I'm gonna make people afraid or confused or however, it makes every third person feel different. But it's been like it with every person I've encountered, every single person. Not in a toxic way, what most people can relate to, but in Like it was never like outwardly expressed. It was just a feeling. Like, and people was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" Like when I'm interacting with the person and I'm looking them eye to eye, I just be me. And when I'm me, the source is with me. The source is present, and the source is being expressed. So when like the feeling I'm saying that they get from me, and that like it's like not just me knowing, but they know too, but they're not ready to be. That's what I want. I want everyone to be just be. It's simple. See how simple it is. I don't have to explain too much. How simple does that sound to just be? That's what it's about. And when I'm around people, I can feel and they can feel discomfort. I don't know. I do know. I just don't want to confuse anybody. So I'll just say people fear the unknown. And when I'm just being, unfortunately, in this realm, there's a lot of people who are unfamiliar with those that are just being. I don't want to say anybody's fake. I don't believe anybody's fake. I have faith in everybody. That is my intent of this message, to share it with everybody, no matter who you may feel like people feel like you are. Let me reword that for people who don't understand the slang of my language. I know I just used a little slang right there. Didn't use proper English, certain words I said. I feel like I said people feel like they know what you feel like or who you are. What I meant by that was people look at you and they see the surface. And like a book, they see a picture, they see the title. You know, you get a little bit from the book. You try to summarize it based off of what the title is and words. You may even read the back or the inside introduction part. You may even read that. But by human nature, because of our constant state of evolving and progressing, we try to summarize everything. So when you pick up a book, you try to summarize, oh, this is what it's about because this is what I seen on the surface. Or I looked a little bit inside of it, into it. I read a little bit, and now I think I get the whole book. You don't. That's what people tend to do with each other. Try to read people like books. And if you're not a good reader, which means you take your time, flip through every single page and read the book, then you'll know the book. If you're not doing that, you'll never be able to summarize the book by looking at the title and the page, surface, cover. That's just the truth. And I'm gonna say this as well. It's easier said than done. It was said by R.B. Juice. Much love to his family and him. He said, "Easier said than done," and it was well said. That's what I loved. That stood out to me in that song. That one sentence right there is what stood out the most. Easier said than done. Thought that you were the one listening to the thoughts instead of my head. I don't know the lyrics exactly, but you know the words if you really rock with them. He said it. It's easier said than done. I may be expressing all this, and I'm going to tell you here. I'm humble enough to admit I'm not no guru or no know-it-all teacher, and I'm only saying those negative denotations because some people can be in the realm of mind that those are the things that I am. So I'm speaking to those people, and I hope that my faith in you can be reciprocated. I believe that you can get my message, no matter who you are. I do, and so I'm going to tell you, I'm humble enough to say, I don't know everything. I don't, but I feel everything. I feel everything. Yeah, I'm not Mr. Know It All, Mr. Feel It All. That's a funny one. Kinda. Uh-huh. I don't know. But yeah, I feel everything. And in a way, that's knowing. if you can interpret it in that way. So by feeling everything, which is in your mind, part of your mind, your body, how you indulge things. Like I spoke of in another video, the plant, seed, and how it blooms. By feeling everything, you allow yourself to become nourished and evolve. And when you evolve, the point of it, is I'm not gonna say it's anything serious. I mean, yeah, people have lives, they have dreams, they feel like they have responsibilities, and you do, but you make those what you want them to be. You have response abilities. You have the ability to respond to whatever you want to whatever you want to. Hear that. You have the ability to respond to anything that you want to. Use your ability. So, for example, when it comes to navigating your emotions, you get angry and you feel that tense in your chest and whatever, wherever you may feel it. I know everybody feel it different, but your emotions may change your face. You might feel yourself get angry and you might go numb face or whatever. When you feel that way, be real with yourself. Allow yourself to feel that way because that's part of you. Don't scare him away. Don't scare that away. Don't abandon that. It's part of you. That's your homie right there. Oh, he's angry. She's angry. Respond to that feeling. You have the responsibility to address that feeling. And when you do that, it all falls back down to love. That's what it's like, if I keep trying to explain it, it's going to be like going in cycle and cycle and cycle. And that's just what it's like. That's just what the human mind is like. When it comes to more than one individual, so many different minds, so many, and everyone is like mind. It's like so many. It's like a cycle. And this message is simple. If you get a drop of how can I explain this? Okay, say you put something that floats into a pond of water, not a big pond, but like a little puddle of water. Say you got a big glass bowl, beautiful with like a gold rim around it, and you sprinkle parsley leaves into the water or whatever leaves, and they float, and they're like floating. You know, say they're all stagnant by each other, and then you move your finger through the water. That physical, little simple physical movement in the science that is being expressed through the motions and everything is connected directly to how you could respond to your own emotions, your own energy and motion. If you can respond to your emotions, you can decide how it goes and how it looks. I don't know. Then it changes how you feel. And then you can breathe and you be like, you can I don't know, you can even play with your human mind. Like you know how you play with other people, like Paul, or you be like, you drawing or you tripping. Like play with the human. You can I'm not gonna say we're separate. It's all one, but you gotta treat it like that, yo. Like the mind, body, and soul, they're all one, but they have different. I'm gonna simplify it by saying different concentrations, different approaches, and successfully do that for the mind, body, and soul, you have to be able to express yourself mindfully, physically, and spiritually. It's all linked to that. Spiritually gives you the ability to be compassionate and understand the love of the sun, as I explained, all giving, ever persistent, ever consistent, never setting, never setting. You may misconceive the sun is setting because you don't see the light on your side of the world for a few hours, but it's always shining somewhere. You see that point, obvious, the truth in front of, like, on one video. I don't mean to be hype, but for those people who know, the truth was just expressed as I was speaking about the source and the love of the sun. You see, if you watch the video, you're going to see that the sun dimmed down and it was a little bit. And as I spoke more and more, it seems to be exactly where it was, as if it's not setting at all, and as if it could stay there forever. I know, scientifically speaking, even logically, I may sound crazy, but it feels like that. It feels like it's always here with me. It's never setting. Never. It's always here with me, just like it is right now. And that's why I can relate the sun to the feeling of God or guide, however you may want to call it. I appreciate the people, the humans of the past who left their little messages, even though some of the messages may have been kept to a certain amount of people. And I don't want to expose anybody. I'm not trying to ruin anybody's plan. I understand. I'm not a conspiracist. I'm not a person who says, oh, they're trying to do this, they're trying to do that, they're trying to destroy this, they're trying to destroy that. So the fuck what if they are? And I don't mean to say that to sound heartless, but let me explain myself. Be merciful. Be patient. I walk in love. I see the outcome of everything. And with that, being able to feel that much, it's a balance to it. I'm able to think that much. So when I feel that much love and understanding, I'm able to think just as much. And when it comes down to it, I don't think that the government is like against anybody, because we're fucking family. We're here for each other. We're a fucking human race. I don't think anybody's against each other. Come on now. Let's bring the good old days back. Come on. And I say the good old days is when we all could sit by the riverside or just be around each other. Thinking about that puts me into heaven. You see me drift away and I have few words. But I come here for y'all to share this message with you. I come here to be selfless. I come here to be honest. And I come here to speak truth to the world. Because I love y'all. I do. I love y'all. I watch y'all. I see y'all. I do. I see all of you. I don't mean if I invoked any fear into anyone viewing me. That is not my intention. My objective is to be as clear and precise as I can with my message. I know many people don't have, I'm not going to say they don't have, because they do. They just don't access. They don't express. A lot of people don't express in detail or have the patience to over explain. They try to simplify things, like I spoke of earlier. You don't read the entire book. And that goes to self as well. People look in your eyes, think they can just read you by your cover, summarize you. You can't. And it also comes to yourself. You can't just, take a peek at yourself. You get scared of something, and you do shit physically, outwardly. The truth is always being told to you, no matter what. But if you're willing to accept it, that is when it's yours. The truth is always expressing itself. If you're doing something physically, like, you get discouraged, and then you fall back and do something that, I don't want to use too many examples, but I hope you know what I mean. Like, you're doing something physically, you get discouraged or something, and you stop doing it, and then you feel bad, and then you try to avoid feeling bad by doing something else, but you still feel bad, and you never redeemed, you never responded to that feeling of feeling bad. You never responded to it. So when you felt bad, it just hung with you, because that's your homie. Feeling bad, that's your homie. You're gonna feel bad sometimes, of course. We feel, and that's okay. It is. But if you feel that way, you must respond to it. If you respond to it, you can evolve. Simple as that. You respond to your feelings, you can evolve. Don't don't allow your feelings to carry you, because if you do that, you're gonna be just like me in that lake drowning because I let my feelings carry me. I wasn't thinking, oh, I can't swim. I just jumped into that water and I saved a life, but I sacrificed my own. And I was okay with that. I don't regret that at all. It taught me so much that I have done that as a kid. It taught me so much. And that's what gave me clarity when I had any doubt at all. It wasn't like knowledge or enlightenment that gave me clarity. It was a feeling. Something as simple as a feeling. I felt what people feel. I felt what people describe when they speak of God and the love and everything that comes with God. I felt that feeling. So when I lived that day after accepting death, I felt the energy, the presence of what people call God. I felt it, and I don't know that. I do know. I'm just saying I don't know because I'm there's like a million, bajillion different phrases running through my mind because I know who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to the whole goddamn world. But be aware, acknowledge that although I know I'm speaking to the world, I'm going to feel pressure. I am. But hear me, see me. I breathe. I smile. I return to my regular demeanor. I keep my composure. I sway. I get anxious. I sway. My energy's bouncing to me. I'm literally living example of what I just expressed to you. You see, I'm expressing myself as I'm speaking. I can feel the balance of my confidence and my doubt. I can feel them clashing constantly. I can feel my confidence and my doubt of myself clashing consistently. And I'm doing my best to explain what that feels like right now. It feels like, oh, you know what you're saying. And then the doubt is like, you don't know what you're saying. And then there's this voice, the source I speak of, the same voice that came to me when I was about to die and asked me, do I want to live or am I ready to die? And I answered it. That same feeling, I call it voice because people can relate to hearing something and hearing the words of a voice, but it's a feeling, but it's like voice. I can say, I'm gonna just tell you, it's like a voice telling you exactly what you need to know if you decide to be. That is the exchange for that. That is that is exchange for the voice. The voice will come. The voice will guide you. It will guide you. If you be, if you're just being you, that is when it will guide you. I promise you.